Alright, y'all. No, there ain't nothing wrong with my camera. Just keep watching. Now, somebody said that I need to dress cooler. I need to dress cooler? Alright, I guess I need to look better on the camera or something. So, I went and, got braids. It looks good, man. It ain't the first time I've done it either. The first time I did it, my hair was probably about up to here. This looks much better. Next time, I may just do, I don't know, cornrow. I don't know, man. Whatever I fucking feel like doing. I got motherfuckers getting angry at me. I'm too light for this? Oh, man, you know what? Says who? You? Oh, man, you don't run my life. Just because you think something's cool or you think something's not, that don't mean shit to me. I think what's cool, I go about that for myself. I would rather be happy with who I am, what I am, and be happy in life than have a motherfucking friend. Sicily is only 100 miles away from Africa. Now you're trying to tell me that it's possible for Greeks to come from Greece and go into Sicily, and they're further away, but Africa, which is only 100 miles away from there, couldn't possibly have gone to that tiny little island?
She was having diarrhea also. She's getting pain. She's
Are you really? Are you that stupid? Common sense, man. Everybody affected each other. This is a part of history. This is what has caused cultures to change and evolve. Otherwise, it would just stay stagnant. New ideas come in. New things come in. Egypt made the first calendar. The Roman Empire was the ones that corrected us so we didn't have a famine every 7 years. So everybody affects in a good way and in a bad way. Now, what you see as bad, that's up to you. Me, I see this, I don't see nothing bad with it. I look motherfucking good. But I got idiots out there who'll tell me that I don't. That's your problem, man. Everybody's got their own. And the most important thing is you know what you are. Now, I'm hearing a lot of black people are claiming this race and that race and that race and this race. And a lot of people ain't believing this. But you see, here what you got is one race that they're claiming that is standing up and telling you, yeah, it's true. This whole DNA thing, I got a couple questions, man. Number one, how do you know what percentage of black is going to show up in your DNA? Only 50%? What about 25%? 15%? At what point does it no longer show up? And I know there are other people like me. I ain't the only one. Now, one of the other things you got to look at in history, and this is where DNA, I want to know how many people you took. Did any of them look like me? Did you just take them from the north? Did you go to the south too? Because look at it this way. Through history, you had Italy coming from the north. You think they went around and then came in from the south? Nah, they took the shortest route. Greece coming in from the northeast. Africa coming in from the south. Where the hell do you think the largest concentration of black was and would have pretty much stayed? Now, I had said that there are no Sicilians living black. I can't say that at 100% because there is migration. You got people, I don't know why they would go to Sicily. It's a poor place. But just for the sake of argument, I'm going to say 99.99% positive. All Sicilians got black in them. It's just a matter of how much happened to you. He wants you to believe you're white, so you'll go be with the white person and disappear. Some people try to tell me that the white man is going into extinction. I don't know that I believe that, but you know what? If they really believed this, they would want the DNA going into them. You get it down to almost nothing, because if it's true that the white man came out of the black man, which I believe, Adam was black, Eve was black and probably carried the gene, or was mixed, whatever she was, because what she was created by, you can check out my video, Adam was black, what was Eve? And you decide what she looked like. I don't actually give a damn. She held the white man's gene. What is the dominant gene? The black gene is. The white gene, it takes more and more to get into you in order to start changing you to look more like them. Yes, I'm light-skinned, but, like I said before, you look at my face, you see a black man with really light skin. You see me act, walk, talk, I'm just being me, man. And I don't know what the fuck is up with these wannabes. Because now I'm hearing, oh, it's cool to be black. Now I'm hearing kids out, some kid, Larry King. I'm beginning to think that they didn't want you knowing we existed. So turn you against us. It makes sense. I walk around motherfucking wannabes. I wanted to mention another group. Not wannabes. The Mexicans. And they've got black in them. And I'll prove it to you. Number one, you've got the fact that came from Sicily. Some may have come from Italy. The Moors went into Italy as well. You've got Spain. All those different groups went into Mexico. How do I know this? One, I looked it up. Two, my ex-wife was an illegal alien from Mexico. And her cousin's last name was the same as my mother's maiden name. And he was from Mexico. He admitted that he was Sicilian. I guess he looked it up, man. But the language is almost exactly the same. It's not like the Spanish language from Spain, even though it's called Spanish. It's resemblance to the Sicilian language, the Italian language. My ex-wife went to my grandparents' house and sat there, oh, I understood battery, and I understood this, I understood that. And I always talked about how my relatives look like hers. Now, how else do they get black in them? Well, let's see, there were slaves in Mexico, they disappeared. Then you get the fact, how many slaves do you think escaped from the plantations, actually got away, and went into Mexico? Then you got people claiming that the Aztecs were Mexican. Yes, no, don't know. From the statues you see, they've got a lot of the facial features, so it's possible. But once one steps up and says, yeah, my mama said the same thing, so I don't believe these white people's textbooks. You're not going to know for sure. There are Indians that do have black in them. Recently. Whether they came from the black man, well, like, true. You can have a white man, have children with a white man. You will never come up with an Indian. You know what I saw? One time, I seen up on 67 Bethlehem Road near where I used to live, there was this one child. Her mama was white, blonde. Her daddy was black. She looked like an Indian. Dark, deep, like a reddish skin tone, and straight hair. Her son, on the other hand, looked like a goddamn checkerboard. Dark, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. And this is for all you Sicilians and the Mexicans that if you want to grow your hair, you want to look like this, man, it's really easy. First of all, if you've got my facial features first, I guarantee you grow your hair out. You're going to find it's going to start off with a little bit of wave. Once you put the grease in, give it more of a curl. And as it grows down, the grease is going to hold it together like you see in my videos. But make sure you use grease, because if you don't, the longer it grows, the more knots you're going to get. Like in my very first video where I had no grease and couldn't brush it out. Yeah, that's why I got the haircut. I ended up with little dreadlocks and knots and shit. And when you grow, if you do braids like this, you know it's real, because after they brush it out and braid it, it's going to start curling up again at the tips. And if it's really thin braids, it's going to go into like a little wave like this is doing. Alright? There are fakes out there running around trying to do our hair, claiming that it does the same thing. Now, the beard is the hardest part. Some of you who have grown your hair may have seen this already, because I've seen some of you out there. I've seen 3 of you at the goddamn same time. The beard, I had a problem with growing my beard out. I couldn't grow it too long. As it started growing, it started digging into my skin, making it bleed, making it scab, and, you know, I thought, well, maybe this is just as long as I can grow it. And then, after I got my first haircut, I went to the barber and I asked him, well, what do I do? And this fool, he said, he's so busy talking about how my hair is real. Has him in fucking shock. And I'm like, yeah, it's real curl. How do you deal with the beard? He goes, well, try aftershave. No, not aftershave. My wife, who was a black woman, told me that her father used grease. So I did it. I ended up with an afro, and the grease did not cause this. It grew out on its own, you know? A little afro on my chin. And this is where the wannabes fail. This is where they are proven fake. Because unless you're wearing a paste on, you cannot get your beard to do this. Impossible. So there you go, man. Now, black society, you know how to tell the difference, but be careful. Sometimes Sicilian has a recessive gene. For those of you that do, if you know this to be true, be proud of it. Don't worry about who accepts it, and just move on. If somebody tries to correct you what a Sicilian is, you correct them. Because you're right, they're wrong. Only a Sicilian would know what a Sicilian is. Unless someone has lived around them. So, that's it, man. And we look different. We look different from the Italians. Italians don't look like us. Always, one important thing, our last name, unless it's been changed, will end with the vowel. That's all you need to know, man. For those of you looking for the fakes, and for those of you needing to know the truth.